Although its young distinction as a city, Pasig is considered to be one of the oldest Spanish settlements in Iloilo. It was organized as a pueblo in 1766 with Don Martin Saligumba as its first leader. But the place has actually been settled by three Malayan brothers named Digon, Tokyab, and Umawang. Long before the arrival of the Spaniards, their first formal community was located on the site presently occupied by the Roman Catholic Church. According to a popular legend, Spanish conquistadors stumbled on a small hut by the river's bank where an old woman was found winnowing pounded rice. One of them asked her, "¿Cómo se llama este lugar?" Not knowing the native language, of course, much to the old woman's surprise and perhaps excitement. She replied without much ado, Pasi, which means some of the unflashed rice on her basket. She must have thought that they were eager to know what was in the basket and what she was doing, because she could not understand their language. From that time on, the Spanish began to call the place Pasi, at first until it later evolved into Pasi. Such legends about name origins are common throughout towns and cities in the Philippines. It is said that the first Spanish settlement was established in the area in 1766, marking the onset of Spanish colonial rule. In the traditional story, Spanish explorers anchored in Ansig, a place located at the mouth of Lamunang River. The founding of the present population of Pasig was attributed to Don Martin Saligumba. His notable title, Don, indicated its leadership and power over the group. In 1957, the city of Actabo in the barrio of Sangan was converted into a barrio. In the same year, the barrio of Santa Rosa was renamed Santo Tomas. Pasig then became progressive and had experienced tremendous development over the period. Because of its strategic location, Pasig became a center for trade and commerce, bringing more investment opportunities to the municipality. Its high income, high population growth, and a big area of land thus finally bring into the limelight and recognized as the first component city of the island of Panay. After a hard-earned endeavor, its conversion as a city was made through the signing of RA 8469 on the 30th day of January 1998 by the former President of the Philippines, President Fidel V. Ramos. Significant people and heroes of Pasig City. Colonel Alberto Perlas. His contribution during the Second World War made him become the local hero of Pasig. A street along the riverside, Alberto Perlas Street, and a monument in front of Plaza Paloma is dedicated to his heroism. Alexander Pama, Flag Officer in Command, Philippine Navy. Jose S. Palma, the present Archbishop of Cebu and President of Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines. Sam S. Perote was awarded as a Bagong Bayani by Bagong Bayani Foundation, POEA Dole at Heroes Hall, Malacanang, Manila on June 2003. Geography. The city of Pasig is centrally located on the island of Panay and can be reached by Iloilo-Capiz Highway. It is 50 kilometers from Iloilo City and 66 kilometers from Roa City. The city of Pasig is located south of Dumaraw, southeast of Bingawan, east of Kalinog, northeast of Dueñas, north of San Enrique, and southwest of San Rafael. Pasig, like most of the Iloilo's town, belong to the third region, which has no pronounced maximum rain period and no distinct dry and wet season. While it is not within typhoon belt, but it has its own share of typhoons that visits the province of Iloilo occasionally. The city is traversed by 5 major rivers, namely Hafaor River, Lamunan River, Hinayan River, Asisig River, and Mafiao River. It also has creeks and tributaries which can be tapped for irrigation purposes. Potable water resources can be also tapped from natural springs or from groundwater, which is bountiful in the area, especially in the barangays of Imbang Grande, Bayan, Sarapan, Sablugon, and Hagimitan. As of this time, the barangays of Agdayao and Tinagariñan Grande has level 3 type water supply, and the barangays of Hagimitan and Bagakay has level 2 type of water system. The water needs of the population is served by the city of Pasig, which get its supply from the 6 deep wells and 2 springs at Barangay Sablugon, Bacuranan, and Manit.
The physical resources of Pasig consist of relatively good soil types along rolling fields and narrow valley plains with substantial surface and groundwater, with no distinct dry and wet season, which is suitable for a wide range of agricultural products like rice, sugarcane, and pineapple. When the sugar industry experienced a shrink due to falling sugar prices and quotas in the world market, farmers diversified into other agricultural products like corn, pineapple, mango, root crops, and other farm-based products. The city has investment potentials for agro-industrial developments. Pasig is a fourth-class component city with this year's annual income of 300,860.719 pesos general income, 26,732.922 pesos special educational fund, and 37,287.853 trust fund, with a total current operating income of 364,881 pesos and 424 cents. Pasig City has played an important role in reaching its peak of progress. Centrally situated in the province, Pasig City is locally important as the district agri-industrial center of Iloilo with 3 sugar centrals. It is rich with agricultural resources that have long formed the backbone of its economy, and agricultural diversification produces crops such as rice, corn, vegetables, coconut, sugarcane, and pineapple. Pasig City has been an important pineapple producer for years. It has long been known for other industries including fruit processing, wallboard production, metalworking production, and cut flower propagation. Its locally produced pineapple wine, jam, and fruit preserves have already established captured market with its exposure to various local trade fairs and exhibits such as the annual fiesta in the city celebration during May, Umandok in September, and Wow Philippines, the best of the region. Pasig, a component city, RA number 8469 by President Fidel Valdez Ramos last January 30, 1998, is bounded on the north by San Enrique, Dumaraw, Capiz on the south, east by Calinog, and Lemery on the west. Predominantly a mountainous area, it is politically divided into 51 barangays. It is about 50 kilometers from the city of Iloilo, 70 kilometers from the city of Rojas, and has an area of 25,139 hectares or 251.39 kilometers squared, the largest in the province.
Culture of Pasig City. Pintados de Pasig Festival in the Pasig City, central of Iloilo Province, is one way of celebrating the cityhood of Pasig in March 1998. This festival is perhaps one of the best known and established festivals in the Visayan region that have evolved through the years. It has played a big part in the lives of most Pasinons. It is the most popular spectator cultural event and the most popular for the community that has a large following. Theatrical-like street dancing performances are a celebrated part of the Pintados festivity. that is characterized by heavy and aggressive body movements. Here, performers adorned in traditional body tattoo with elaborate geometrical designs in their body, including their arms, legs, and torso, dramatize stories in which the town's ancestral being laid down every feature of the area, especially their way of life. Characterized by heavy and aggressive body movements, the dance seemed to have developed independent of any external influences, as in the combat dances, folk plays, ritual actions, or character types. Historical or cultural sources are essential materials in sustaining a festival such as theirs. This festivity changed over the years, through its cultural presentation remained popular up to this day, and thus resurrected and formed part in a celebration that reflected function and transition. It also represented a major change in the style and subject matter. Panay Island has a very rich cultural heritage, dubbed as the cradle of civilization. Its glorious past is diverse. Its fertile folklore has become the craving of other cultures that many have wanted to disprove them but to no avail. The island pride itself of the epic of Hinilawod and the story of 10 Bongkam Datus. Its imposing landscape is a good mind of narratives that were passed on from generation to generation and have been presented in the hearts of its people. The first inhabitants of the island called it Aninipay, after the name of the plant that was abundant in the area. When the Malayans came, they named it Madiaas, which has the name of the highest peak in the island. The name Panay was given only after the Spaniards came to the island. When Miguel Lopez de Legazpi settled in Cebu, he was faced with a problem of food storage. He then sent his men to scout the surrounding island for food, and one of the boats reached Madiaas, having found plenty of food in the place. The crew returned to Cebu and reported the news to Legazpi, who exclaimed in thanksgiving, "Pan hay este en isla." There is no food in this island. The first two words eventually identify the island. But unknown to many, the first batch of Spaniards that reached the island gave a different name to it. They called it Isla de Pintados, after seeing tattooed men whom they called pintados or painted people. The art tattooing was practiced all throughout the island. The chronicler Miguel de Luarca, in his account in Historia Prehispanica de Filipinas sobre la Isla de Panay, described the pintado practice. Thus, the men tattoo entire bodies with beautiful figures using small pieces of iron dipped in ink. This ink incorporates itself into the blood and the marks are inedible.